Good. All right. The next thing we're gonna work on is leave it. And leave it meaning, you know, don't touch it, don't pick it up. The idea that good things come from you, not from the ground. So I'm just gonna come down here with her. Are you getting sleepy? Are you sleepy? We're working you too hard? All right. So exercise 1, I'm gonna put the leave it in my hand. I want her to back off and look at me. So, Marley, leave it. Yes, good girl. Leave it. Yes. Okay, so she tried to nibble at it, right? It's a big treat stuck in her face. So I just wrapped my hand around it, and then as soon as she backed off again, I opened it back up. Marley, leave it. Yes. And we know this is her tough one because she likes jumping up on stuff, right? So we're working on. Leave it. Yes, good girl. That was excellent. That was excellent. Good nicely down here. All right. So now I'm going to do leave it part 2 where I put it on the floor and cross it off. So leave it. I got a string cheese here. Leave it. Yes, good girl. Good girl. I'm going to get a little tissue. We're going to do leave it with that. So exercise 3, so 1's in your hand. Exercise 2, you can cross it off. Exercise 3, we can drop stuff from above and block it with our foot if she goes for it. She's being so good. Yes. Okay. So one thing I'm going to say here is that she is laying down, right? So she's kind of like in a very structured situation. So I'm going to call her out of it, and then most likely she's going to try to go for the leave-its because she'll be in puppy mode. Oh, she's like, ah. What were you thinking? Girl. Come. Leave it. Yes, good. Right, so it's a little bit harder. Leave it. Oh no. That was my bad. So, leave it. Leave it. Yeah, that's real life. That's real life right there, huh? Right, because she's standing up and moving. Okay, so I got this nasty one out of her mouth. I'm going to throw it on the napkin right there. If she gets it, I'm going to get it back. Like, if she gets it, I at least don't want her to enjoy getting it. Oh, she's out. Just lay down. Marley, come. Good girl. Touch. Yes. Okay, I'm going to walk her past these again. Oh, I'm going to go around. That's dangerous. Good girl. Marley, touch. Yes. Right, so we're just practicing ignoring those. Leave it. Good girl. So maybe I don't treat her on that one. Jojo, go out, please. Good. Yes, good girl. Good girl. All right. All right, so that's our leave it. Now, if she gets it in her mouth, we want to do drop it. And drop it is an exchange of the goods. Drop it means spit it out. So we'll see if she'll go for it. Good. Ready? You want to get down? She, you know, when she's in training mode, she's not like right now, I feel like she's very focused. She's working. So she's not being crazy puppy. So when you do drop it, you can think of, we don't want to just take the things from her, right? If you just take stuff away from your puppy, they're going to start to run away from you when they have something. They're going to start thinking that, you know, when you have something that, if you come towards them when they have something in their mouth, that you're always going to take their things. So do lots of exchanges with them. Do lots of, like if she has a toy, maybe I get a toy of equal value and I trade that toy. Marley, come. Good girl, good girl. When she's chewing on a bone, I might come over and say drop it and offer her a treat give her the treat, and then give her the bone back. So it's always like where she's winning. I want her to love when I walk up if she has something. I don't want her to ever feel like she needs to run away or hide the object or anything like that. So think of it as lots of exchanges. You feel good. Another thing I want to talk about is off, right? Not jumping up. So if, for instance, somebody came up and said hello, I might cue her to sit ahead of time, right? If I was going to have a bunch of people coming over, maybe I put her on leash or have her in the kennel when everybody's coming through the doors, and then she gets to come out, right? Or I have her on leash. I have treats with me, so I'm asking her to sit, to down. I'm like actively working her as people are coming in the house. But all those situations, I'm trying to set her up to make the right choice, right? And I'm not fully giving her freedom just to go run and jump on somebody. I want to keep control of that situation, especially as she's learning and getting better. Touch. Good girl. You know, a lot of the training here is just like the day-to-day living with each other. So I am constantly giving all the dogs feedback on just their behavior. So if they run up and they stand, I make a point to pet them. I really try not to ever just let it go by that a dog is run up and just standing there or sitting, right? I'm going to acknowledge them. I'm going to touch them. Where if a dog jumps up on me, I turn my back, I walk away, and I ignore them. So a lot of times when the new dogs come in, I'm ignoring them a lot the first day or two until they start to go, oh, I just need to stand, right? Or, oh, Cassandra loves sitting and really dishes it out when I sit. So we want to do that same thing with Marley as she's meeting new people, is cue her to sit, reward her for sitting. A great thing to do with dogs is just like when you go out, they don't need to be greeting every single person. Like it is great to practice that. Oh, a jogger's coming, so I'm gonna have my puppy sit, do watch me, and I'm gonna reward as that jogger's going by, right? So that our dogs learn that, oh, when distractions are coming, to check in with the human instead of getting like hyper-focused on whoever's coming by. Let's see, coming when called. You want to do lots of randomly calling her to come, right? So she's over, my cat is over here in the corner and her cat tree and food. And so, Marley, come. So this is her cue for come. I can also pat my leg. If I'm really trying to get my dog to come, I'm going to back up. Marley, come. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Moving away helps, right? If I move away, my body's saying, follow me. If I'm standing straight and say, come, my body's saying, don't come close to me, right? It's like, that's really, I'm not giving off good body language. But backing up helps our dogs understand to follow. So if she ever gets out, run away from her, get down on the ground and be silly. But practice doing lots of when she's out in the yard, calling her to come, rewarding, and then letting her go back out. Okay, so lots of just checking in and doing that good behavior.